Hello, this is Hammersmith Chess Club, junior hour in 5 minutes or so. This video is the summary of the first session on British legends, which we had in May 2020 on Howard Staunton. Staunton was born in 1810 in London. And he died in London in 1874. In the 1840s, he was considered to be the world's best chess player, but he was also good in other aspects, on and off the chessboard. He organized the world's first international chess tournament, London 1851, where he lost in the knockout against the final winner, Adolf Anderssen. He promoted the design of the chess pieces, which are still the official standard nowadays, 170 years later. In opening theory, his name lives on in the Staunton gambit of the Dutch defense, of which we will see the game in this video, and in the name English opening, which he played in important matches and tournaments, and which is featured in our second game today. Staunton lived a mile away from where the Hammersmith Chess Club resides, and if he would live today, he would surely be a member of our club. In both games in this video, Howard Staunton plays with white against Bernhard Horwitz, who had been a leading German chess master at that time. The first game is from a match between the two played in 1846, and we see the Staunton gambit against the Dutch defense, with the second move e4. c6 is not standard. Now black's position is slightly better, indeed. And especially after knight e2, white allows black to gain an even better position, considering the delayed development of white and his uncastled king. f5 is very strong. It forces white to stop with f4, after which black opens the center. White castles artificially, loses a few tempi, and the position worsens now for white after taking on c6. After that, black is able to develop his queenside bishop favorably. Both his bishops are now directed against the white king. Even though white is able to win a pawn later on, with this move, knight takes f5, black would have had a huge attack when bringing his rook from a8 to e8 to the open e file, and with both bishops against the white king side. However, when exchanging his bishop against the knight on f5, black lost the attack potential of the two bishops, of the bishops pair, and somehow later on lost his concept. Staunton nicely started his counterattack on the queen side to connect the pass pawns, especially the a pawn is already on a5. He only had to make sure that he was not mated on the ground rank. And then he used the same motive of ground rank mate with his 34th move, rook takes b5. Even knight e3 would have had the same consequence. Knight e3 comes now. The knight cannot be taken due to ground rank mate. In the ensuing heavy piece endgame, white only had to avoid that black could give a perpetual check. So it took many more moves, but the win was never endangered, with the white queen protecting the king from checks by black. And now Horwitz resigned. The second game today was played during the London tournament 1851 in the knockout stage. It shows the English opening, which Horwitz again transforms into the Dutch defense, as in the previous game 5 years earlier. Staunton plays in a surprisingly modern positional way. In this game, Black very early on is on the defensive, and his 7th and 8th rank will become very crowded with own pieces, especially after the bad moves f takes a4, and now knight e8. The knight should have gone to g4, h6, f5. And now the exchange on c4 practically prevents further Black counterplay in the center, the pawn blocking all liberation attempts by Black, even though the bishop can for a short time advance, but will quickly be pushed back. White is able to use Black's weak squares on d6 and later f6 for his powerful knight. The knight cannot be taken because after e takes d, this long diagonally will open up. Further pushing back Black's pieces. Now the white knight regroups, check on f6, beautiful spot there. Threatening mate on h7. Bishop retreat. Also a cautious move not to allow any counter chances for Black. White takes on f6, it doesn't help because White can stabilize the center, can bring further pieces to the attack, and most amazingly, now look at this retreat of the knight, going back in order to go to a better position. f3 and then g5 or e5. g5 not possible anymore, but e5. And Black's sacrifice of the bishop doesn't help. If he wouldn't have sacrificed, then next move would have been knight e5. The queen has no escape. So taking, now the knight can go to g5, attacking h7 again, threatening mate, can be protected. Queen will be pushed away, and now the final blow. Sacrifice by the bishop, and Black resigned. This is a masterpiece. It's not dramatic sacrifices from the very early on. It slows high understanding of positional concepts and a slow maneuvering to continuously improve the position of the attacking pieces.